Meghan and Harry's charity Believe in just got big news will lift up girls. The Campaign for Female Education, one of the organisations with which the Duke and Duchess of Sussex work in Africa, is working to bring girls' education back on the agenda at a critical time. One of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's philanthropic partners in Africa just got a huge boost. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have amplified the work of the Campaign for Female Education for years, matching a $130,000 donation last September and encouraging supporters to donate to CAMFT in lieu of gifts. When their daughter Lilibet Diana was born in June, now the organization, which works to help young girls start school and see through their education, has received critical funding in the form of the $2.5 million Conrad N. Hilton Humanitarian Prize. We are super excited because there are now additional resources for us to be able to do what we've always done and to be able to get more scale and support more learners, Executive Director Angie Murray-Merwa tells of CAMFT's work across 5 countries in Africa. The prize, which will be handed out virtually on the 13th of October, enables CAMFT to expand its efforts and bring girls' education back on the agenda at a critical time such as this, she adds. This prize allows us to shine a bright light on supporting the next generation of girls. And, of course, boys, being able to go to school. Murray-Merwa met Harry when he visited Zambia in 2018, and sat with Meghan at an International Women's Day event in London the following year. And the royals strongly believe in what we do, she says. We've continued to engage with them and interact with their team. They echo their voice with us. Murray-Merwa was among the first 32 young women in Zimbabwe who were supported by CAMFT. She now heads up a network of 178,000 change-makers who have helped millions of girls in more than 6,000 schools across Ghana, Malawi, Tanzania, Zambia and Zimbabwe. CAMFT also has a long-term strategic aim of reaching a target of 5 million girls supported by the end of 2025. Every day, especially in this devastating pandemic period, my sisters are on the front line, deploying their expertise and galvanizing community support around the most vulnerable, Murray-Merwa tells. This past year and a half has been particularly trying, with increased pressure for young girls to help out at homes or go out to work. Pandemic has been brutal, she admits. One of the worst things that it has done is it has further deepened inequality and inequity across communities. She notes that virtual education has been a particular challenge, as many villages lack the resources and hardware to access schooling. But she says local ambassadors, teachers, nurses, doctors, and lawyers have met the challenge, working tirelessly in their communities to support girls' education. We had young women who were using their own smartphones to get content and hold social distance study groups in the villages to be able to show that children were not losing learning, but also to respond to any child protection issues, she reports. They have seen encouraging results, retaining 90% attendance in the schools in which they work, far above the national averages. Says Murray-Merwa, I think it's all down to the fact that there were people who were immediate to these children that could continue to support them to navigate the inequalities. Of course, there is always more work to be done, with CAMFT aiming to create 150,000 new jobs and help 50,000 young women start businesses. As she looks forward to all that can and must be done to achieve those aims, Murray-Merwa tells, I believe firmly that this is something that we'll be doing with Harry and Meghan for a very long time. For as long as these girls are out of school and the young need a lift up, I'm sure that we'll be doing this together with them for the future. Influential partners will be essential in helping CAMFT provide a continuous reminder to everybody on the value of education, but also the fact that this is an investment because it multiplies as young women help others behind them. CAMFT and the royals have mutual interests in terms of supporting and advancing young people and raising voices for those that are in the margins, says Murray-Merwa, who adds that both are working to support people with dignity and with pride and allow them to be able to speak for themselves. The goal, she emphasizes, is to lift up rather than give a hand up. Pires added, I'm delighted OFCOM has endorsed my right to disbelieve the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's incendiary claims to Oprah Winfrey, many of which have proven to be untrue. This is a resounding victory for free speech and a resounding defeat for Princess Pinocchius. Do I get my job back? The official ruling states, while we acknowledged that Mr. Morgan's questions about the nature of racism had the potential to be highly offensive to some viewers, the conversations about race and racism in this program provided open debate on the issues raised by the interview. We also considered that the program allowed for an important discussion to be had on the nature and impact of racism. Our TV had clearly anticipated that racial issues would be discussed at length as part of the coverage of the interview, and had taken steps to ensure context could be provided during the discussions. Despite strong opinions expressed during the program, in Ofcom's view any potential offense was justified by the context, and the comments and discussions about race and racism were not in breach of Rule 2.3 of the Code. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.